Welcome, everyone. I am so excited today. We'll just give it a couple of minutes for everyone to turn up. We'll get started in about 30 seconds. So just everyone gets settled, and as soon as it looks like it's topped out in participants, we will get started. This is the most exciting one of these I've ever done. So I'm so excited to show you this. Hi, everyone. Can you just drop in the chat a little quick emoji to let me know that you're hearing me okay? And also, can you set your chat settings, instead of just host and panelists, set it to everyone so everyone can see what you're saying. Hey guys, hey Deborah. Awesome. Looking great tonight? Yeah, it's actually morning for me, so this is why I'm looking great. All right, guys, let's get started. The 2024 crypto bull market looks like being the strongest ever. The ETF is approved, the halving is just a few months away, and we are harnessing the new AI technologies in tracking wallets to turn a handful of tiny investments into life-changing wealth. Now, you can see what happened in the 2012 halving, the 2016 halving, and the 2020 halving. This event, it's going to throw rocket fuel on the fire that's already an amazing opportunity. Things are about to go exponential. Now, as most of you know, we trained an AI on the blockchain to track VC and market maker wallets, which identifies us of incoming pumps and dumps in advance. Lets us ride the pumps and profit again by shorting the dumps. Sometimes we've cashed out within minutes or hours with big profits. Like these awesome wins, we just closed out for big profits. Just yesterday, we closed this short in FTT, BLZ. I personally made $304,000 in profit the last 3 months, including monster wins like Cock Inu coin. Our 100x Coin Club members have massively profited too. Plenty of winners. Wags has gone from 25K to 115K. Charles started pulling out his initial investment plus a little extra after it hit 4x. Wanted to share this today about Matthew's taking the most magnificent trade he's ever taken, and damn, it feels good to short a shitcoin off a cliff. He learned the pump system from my free webinar last year. He identified the trade. He YOLO'd a tiny short position at 20 times leverage and caught most of the jaw-dropping 73% move down. Now, because this has been life-changing for me and my family, some of you already know me, most of you in the 100x Coin Club, I'm going to give everyone who turned up today who doesn't have it 3 months free access to the 100x Coin Club for this shockingly low price of $0. And there's no catch with that. You'll receive, if you haven't already got it, I want you guys in the 100x Coin Club. Everyone's making money. I want you there. I'll give you 3 months for free, no credit card. You'll receive login details in the email before the end of the day. Now, but wait, there's more. Now, just for gifting me your time and attention, everyone who's still here at the end of this presentation gets the silver version of what I'm about to show you, absolutely free, no catch, no credit card required, no bullshit. Today's nothing held back day. There's no questions or off limits. This isn't some kind of bait and switch where I show you part of a cool thing and then I make you pay for the rest of it. And sure, I got something for sale at the end of it, and it's amazing. But I promise you that at the end of this presentation, you're going to walk away with every single thing you need to implement this strategy and make big money for yourself, and free access to some automated tools that I've built to do the heavy lifting for you. Now, I want you to understand not just the rules, And the software that I'm giving you does the heavy lifting, but I want you to understand the deep principles underpinning the system. That's the most valuable thing you can take away today. So please turn off your mobile phone, shut down your Facebook, turn off your Insta, anything else that's going to distract you. I want to go fast, and I go fast, and we have a lot to get through today. So here's the plan. We ride these pump and dumps in the 100x Coin Club using our AI generated signals. Now, most of you are already doing that already with great success, but these aren't going to last forever. And sadly, and contrary to what the gurus say, these bull markets always end eventually. The bigger the party, the longer the hangover. And the game isn't how much you make, it's how much you get to keep. I'm going to show you in a few minutes how we take the profits from the 100x Coin Club and get about 10xing that on autopilot without ever risking the profits you've already made. And when I say 10x returns on autopilot, you might think that's hype, but since 2019, what I'm going to show you today has turned a $10,000 starting investment into 203 grand, a 20x return. Today, you're going to see a press button make money system that makes money every single year since we started in 2019. That has never had a losing year. That has 4.5 million and counting of our own money, making 100% per year after costs and fees, which earns risk-adjusted returns better than George Soros and Ray Dalio put together. No shit. Today, you're going to see a press button make money system that works in bull markets and in bear markets, that printed money during the Sam Bankman-Fried FTX debacle and every other crypto disaster that you can think of, with no exceptions. It requires no thinking, no luck, no predictions. It requires zero knowledge of crypto or blockchain or what the coins are, and it runs on autopilot. You don't need to check it at all. It takes 3 minutes to set up. If you can set up Netflix, you can do this. It requires zero technical skill, and it takes the risk out of crypto because it makes money like clockwork in bear markets. Four of the 10 biggest hedge funds in the world use it. And it's created countless billionaires and multimillionaires like this guy, John Henry. He made $4 billion from trend following. He owns the Liverpool Football Club, the Boston Red Sox, and RFK Racing Team. Like, this guy is actually a super nerd. He wrote the second ever academic paper on trend following. He's turned this into a $150 billion hedge fund, and he's personally worth $1.6 billion. I've been doing this since 2014, and here's my own personal results. And I'm up to $4 million and counting in my retirement accounts doing this. And in 2020, I made 18.53%. 2021, I made 32. 2022, I had a monster year, made 89%. And this year, actually, I closed out the year at 55%. It's all based on the oldest and most consistent way of profiting from any market. It's called trend following, and we all know, we've all heard that the trend is your friend. So what is trend following? Trend following is the really simple idea that a coin that starts going up has a higher probability of continuing to go up. It's a law of the universe. Like Sir Isaac Newton said, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. Now, this is an edge that was previously only available to the very largest hedge funds in the world. And there's an entire $300 billion industry who've been printing money hand over fist for 40 years. And in that 40 years, not one trend following hedge fund has ever blown up. Firms like Dunn Capital, run by friends of mine, have outperformed the S&P by 475% over 50 years. My retirement accounts are with this firm. The light blue line compared to the gray line, which is the S&P 500, it's outperformed the S&P by 600% over a 20-year period. And I'm now rich in my retirement accounts from this. The trend following index, this is an index of all the different hedge funds that do this. It's crushed the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is in gray. And look what happened in 2008. S&P 500 took it in the ass. Look at what the trend following index did. This is after fees. It's crushed it. Even during the longest and strongest stock bull market in history. Now, let's go back to the old school, the old school. Humans stopped being hunter-gatherers. They started to build cities. They put walls around those cities for protection. The very first human city was in ancient Sumeria, modern day Iraq. As it happens, they used barley for currency. The world's first money was barley. And they kept records of the prices of barley on these clay cuneiform tablets, which they dug up. You can run our trend following systems on those prices, and it works just as well today as it did 5,000 years ago. The very first derivatives markets, the first futures markets weren't in the West, they were in Japan. There was rice futures. And they knew all about trend following. They actually invented trend following with their candlestick charts, which are a 16th century Japanese invention. The 16th century Japanese trend following systems work just as well today. Now, according to billionaire Cliff Asness, trend following has worked annoyingly well for at least 100 years. Now, he's worked out how much it would have earned by decade going back to 1880. And you can see here, it's never had a losing decade since 1880. And it's beaten the pants off stock markets in that time. It's beaten the pants off real estate markets in that time. It's beaten everything. Now, what I'm trying to say is that trend following is as close to a law of gravity as we have in financial markets. It just works. It's worked in stocks. It's worked in bonds. It works in real estate, by the way. It works in FX. It works in commodities. It works in every country in the world going back 5,000 years for as long as money has existed. It's worked for 10,000 years. Why? Human nature hasn't changed. Human psychology hasn't changed. People are still just as greedy as they were 5,000 years ago. And they still get just as scared as they did 5,000 years ago. But the amazing thing, the opportunity of our lifetimes is that it works 6 times as well in crypto. Now, the yellow line is Bitcoin. The blue line is our system. Now, Bitcoin, you can make a lot of money, no doubt. But from here to here, you lost 83% of your money, and you lost 62% of it in a single day. And then you made this incredible, epic amount of money. And then you lost half of it. And then you made that back, and it looked like it was going to be okay. And it broke your heart. And then it looked like it was going to be okay, but it was far from okay. And right when it looked like you couldn't take it in the ass any harder, it's like sex with a gorilla, guys. It's not over when you say it's over. It's over when the gorilla says it's over. And you kept going down and down and down and down and down and down and down, and Sam Bankman-Fried. And then you tripled your money. But what I'm trying to say is that with Bitcoin, or crypto in general, you have to time the exact top. You got to know when to sell. And that's really, really hard. With our system, look at the little peaks and troughs in our system. So they're little peaks and little troughs, little peaks and little troughs. You keep the money you made, and you always have liquidity. You can cash out with 10 clicks of a mouse. If you have an emergency, if you need the money, if you want to buy a house, a car, whenever you feel like it, you're never going to have to be stuck waiting for your crypto to go back up to get your money back. Now, this is what we call the greatest discovery in little guy finance. But instead of talking about it, let me show you. This is all the coins we trade. Now, everyone wants to pick the winning coins, right? Like everyone wants to own this one. No one wants to own this one. How do you know? Well, I'll tell you how you don't do it. You don't do it by getting on Facebook or Reddit groups or asking your dumbass mates or listening to gurus like me. That's not how you do it. So let's go back to the start of the bull market, which kicked off about October 15. So let's move the start of let's place every coin there. Bitcoin is the dark blue line. The coins that you really want to own. As a matter of fact, the coins that we've all owned, you really want to own this bad boy. You want to own TIA. You want to own SOL. You want to own INJ, and you want to own AVAX. How the hell did you know? How the hell do you know? Well, let me show you. Let's take the top winning coin. It's in black. Way before it did this, look at it right here. See how it started outperforming its peers here? See how it's outperforming all of its peers early on? This is the clue. You see that and you buy. You buy it every time. Same with Solana, the blue coin, number 2 in the bull market so far. Look at it right from the start. It was a winner. Right from the very start, for like 5 days in, it's beating the pants off all of its competitors. Number 3 coin, INJ. You can see right from the start, it's winning. Winners are grinners. And you can understand why this happens. If you own a coin that's going up faster than every other coin, why would you trade in that horse for a different horse? You're on the winning horse. You just got to ride it. And AVAX too. Exactly right at the very start, you can see AVAX starts to outperform everything else. This is how you find your winning coins. You don't find them by doing your own research or asking your dumbass mates. That's retarded. What's your brain cells? Now, I want to show you the 2021 bull market. So I kicked off in January. It's the coins that you really wanted to own, like out of all the coins in the 2021 bull, you really wanted to own Dogecoin. And you really wanted to own Matic. But Elon only started tweeting about it like here. Like, how do you know that's going to happen? Well, look at Dogecoin way before Elon sent his first tweet out about it, way back here. This is how you know. This is how you pick a winning coin in a bull market. Let's look at the other one that was like a standout winner in 2021. Matic. You can see straight away here it's outperforming. It's leading the race. You know, the battle's not always to the strong, and the race isn't always to the swift, but that is definitely the way to bet, Yogi Berra. Now, let's look at the second part of the 2021 bull market. Now, this one went nuts before it crashed, and the winning coin was AVAX. And once again, you can see that like really early on, it starts to outperform its peers. And number 2, near, same thing. Number 3, Mana, the metaverse coin, look at it here. It just goes nuts, and you've got to buy it when you see it outperforming its peers. And Solana, same thing. Look. You now possess the ability to know with absolute certainty which coins are going to be the moonshots in the 2024 bull market. Everyone in the 100x coin club knows. TIA, INJ, SOL, AVAX. You know, now let me show you how to take the thinking, take the guesswork, take the uncertainty, take the skill out of it, and turn it into a system that doubles your money every year on autopilot. And just so you don't think it's all hype, I'm going to give you the system for free at the end of this presentation, just for turning up today. There's no catch. And if you want me to automate everything for you, so you can just sit back and collect the bag with no work and no risk, I'm going to offer you the best possible deal you can imagine. So stick around, buckle up. We can automate the whole thing for you into a press button money printing machine. You'll learn how to ride this bull market for all it's worth, and then compound your gains into generational wealth without lifting a finger. Now, let's say you had a time machine, or you timed it perfectly. In 2019, right at the bottom, Bitcoin's $3,742, and you bought it when everyone hated it. Good for you. You would have made 57% per year doing that. Great return. Great return, world class. But in the same time, we made 107% over that exact same time. And you made it without experiencing one single bit of the torment and pain and, dare I say it, absolute butthurt that Bitcoin hodlers had to go through. Full respect to them. And at any point at all, you could cash your money out and you never got stuck holding the bag. You're never the guy who's waiting for the market to come back. In fact, if you bought at the absolute top, right at the absolute tippy peak when Bitcoin was 69,000, you still would have doubled your money. Without that, you never had to try and time the exit perfectly, and that's incredibly hard. You never experienced a losing year, not one. You never got stuck holding the bag when the bear markets hit, and they always hit. No lies between us. And if you stuck $10,000 in this back in 2019, you'd have 110,000 in Bitcoin. If you had altcoins, you'd do a little better, $146,099. If you stuck it in FinRev, which is our automated system, you'd have $380,000 right now. And you'd have $380,000 and you'd just be a few years away from a $14 million retirement fortune. Like 5 years, it's not far. If you get to 380 and you can see that 5 years away, I'm gonna be rich. Like, it's within sight. It's just over the next hill. If you've ever wished you had a time machine for crypto, Marty, we got to go back. We got to go back and buy Bitcoins. This is the next best thing. Now, I've traded this way in the old traditional finance futures market since 2014. I used to turn over several $billion a year doing this, and I've got my retirement accounts doing this, and they've compounded to 4.3 million Aussie and counting. We've been running it in crypto for a couple of years now, and the results are absolutely nothing short of incredible. Now, a year ago, we offered this to our best clients in the middle of the bear market. And during the bear market, while everyone else was taking it right in the ass, well, it looked for a moment like crypto might never come back. Let me show you the real client results after fees and charges. This is from April 14, 2023, when we launched it to clients, to the 5th of January last month. Excuse me. Our compound annual growth rate is 100%, 100.96% per year. Does that every year. That's no surprise. But our Sharpe ratio, our risk-adjusted returns, 1.7, which puts us in the top 2% of hedge funds. Now, I'm very fucking proud of this. Now, I want to point out that anyone can make money here, but we made money during the worst time in crypto history, with the FTX collapse, the Voyager, the BlockFi, the Luna scam, every possible thing that you can imagine, we crushed it. Now, this is the 2023 full year performance off Bloomberg of the top performing hedge funds in the world over the last 10 years. Top guy got 59.3%, second 48, then it starts to fall off the cliff, 31, 22, David Einhorn, Greenlight Capital. And you go down, and these guys are like $100 billion funds like Belasny, 2.73, 4.6. Only one of all of these multi-billion-dollar hedge funds got even half of our returns. Hang your head in shame, guys, because we beat you like a red-headed stepchild. And we've done that every single year since 2019. Now, when I gave this to clients, I promised to double people's money in a year, and we did it. And every single person who's used this system, for more than a couple of months has made money. And everybody wins with this. Everybody wins, no exceptions. And I've never heard of anything like that before in my life. Now, let me show you how it works. Stick with me. I'm going to get a little bit nerdy here. I'm going to get nerdy and dirty for a couple of minutes. So how it works, this is Bitcoin. We're holding a portfolio of 100 coins, all of these coins. We make what's called a forecast. The forecast is positive, we go long. The forecast is negative, we go short, which is a bet that the market goes down. Our forecast is a combination of 36 different, very advanced trend following algos that combine into One number. An average long position is a positive 10 and a maximum long position is a positive 20. So you can see here, the bull market kicked off October 14. October 15, we're getting long. And we stayed long, balls long. We maxed out our position in Bitcoin, banked some profit while it got a bit squiggly. And now, look at it right here. We're building position again. This is the perfect time to get in, by the way. Like we are building position right now. And now we're at an average position for Bitcoin right now. Now, the bigger the forecast, the more we go long. The bigger the short forecast, the more we go short. Now, how about when things go bad? Like it's pretty easy for me. It's pretty easy for me to brag about making money right now. Anyone could do that, really. But there's no worse time for crypto than when Sam Bankman-Fried had his very, very bad week. So let's look at that. So the day before all the bad stuff happened, we had about a half long position. We had a very small long position. But the rumors started to swirl. Now, I want you to put yourself in that position. You just bought Sam Bankman-Fried's coin. He's the youngest billionaire in history. He's on the cover of Forbes. He's on the cover of Time magazine. Everyone loves him. You've bought his coin. It's a bet on Sam. The next day, the rumors start. There's trouble in paradise. You just bought the day before. Now, no human investor in the world is going to say, oh, I was wrong. I better get out the very next day. Everyone says they'll give it one more day. And then give it one more day. And now you're stuck. And now you can't leave. And almost everyone who trades crypto or anything really has had that experience eventually. What did we do? We're betting that it goes up. The next day we got cut, we got out, we're back to flat. Then we reverse position and go short. We start betting that it's going down and going down and going down. And we hold that short position. And how did we do? Sorry. How did we do? We rode that trade right to the beach. We shorted it into a shallow grave, and we only started banking profits here. And we were completely out of it here and started to get long here. Now, I want you to consider, you'd have to be Warren Buffett crossed with a Buddhist monk. You just had a trade of a lifetime shorting this pig. Sam Bankman-Fried's in jail. Crypto's a nuclear wasteland. Everyone hates it. Elizabeth Warren screeching every day on the news about banning crypto. Now, no human investor in the world, right after making a fortune shorting this thing into a shallow grave, is going to turn around and go and say, you know what? It's time to buy. We did. It's $14.46. Got up to $126 a few weeks ago. We get long right at the perfect time. Check this out. We're long. We maxed out our long position. We're balls long, and we bank profits all the way, and we're still long. Today, we're still long. This is what systematic trading can do for you. The honey badger algo, it just doesn't give a shit how you feel. It doesn't give a shit if you're tired. It doesn't care if you hate the coin, or it doesn't care if you love the coin. It does all this better than I can personally do. And I'm one of the best you'll ever see in this life. And it does it on 100 coins simultaneously, and it never sleeps 24/7, 365. You don't have to worry. You don't have to ever feel stupid. It takes your emotions out of the trading, but it banks on other people's emotions. And trends are caused by strong emotions, and you can profit from the emotional decisions of other traders. Now, let me show you our current positions today and how it works today. First thing you see when you log on is an equity curve. You can export that to Excel or download a more detailed image and put in a day range. In the middle, this is the amount you put in. This is how much you've got today. And this is your profit. Pretty simple. The next thing you're going to see is the top 10 long positions and the top 10 short positions. And this is like a $86,000 account. And you can see that our long positions are much bigger than our short positions. And trading is an 80-20 kind of business. Like most things in life, you really don't want to look at hundreds of positions. You just want to see at a glance what's going on. Now, the next thing you might want to do is look at the portfolio tab. Now, you can sort these, alphabetically or by position size, or you can look at just the longs or just the shorts. But my favorite way to sort it is to just look at, the handful of biggest positions. And what I do is I look at this and I'm going to at a glance go, okay, our 5 biggest positions are long. We've got mostly longs here. That's it. That's like really all you need to know. How am I positioned today? Well, I'm mostly long. Now you can click on any position and bring up a chart. Let's bring up a chart of our biggest long position. Let's see how it did. So this is our forecast. The little dots are all our subsystems. You can see we got long right here, and we stayed long, and we're just riding this one to the beach. Like we got long here, we're still long. Nothing wrong with that. Now, next thing you might want to see. Oh, actually, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. There's one more thing I want to show you. There's a position history here. You can see on every day how much you held of that coin, whether it was long or short. And so at the start of the month, we held a lot of that. So we held $75,000 worth of TRX, and now we're up to $102,000 worth of TRX. So we've been accumulating the position over the last week. This is actually, there's a decimal point missing there. I'm certain there's a decimal point missing there. Anyway, let's go to the trade history. Now, you can see this is an account with $85,000 off, and you can see what it did on Thursday. Mostly it bought stuff and only sold a little bit of one coin. You can see what it did in every single day. You get full visibility. But here we're buying like $600 worth of Bitcoin, $650 worth of Ethereum. So what we're doing is we're holding a portfolio of many, many coins, and we're trimming it up or down just a little bit. We like it a little bit more today. We're buying a little bit more. We like it a little bit less. We're selling out a little bit. We're not jumping in and jumping in and out. Now, let me show you how easy it is to set up. Okay. You choose your exchange, Binance, BitGet, Bybit, DYDX, or KuCoin. They're all roughly as good as each other. There's no clear winner, by the way. And then you go to your exchange and you generate an API key. Now, let's do that with one of my small accounts. This is my KuCoin account. I'm going to go to, how do you do it? API management. And I'm going to click on create API. It's going to generate an API key, and I copy and paste that back into here. And that's it. That's like the entire setup of the whole thing. Let's move on to security. You need two-factor authentication. We don't let anyone in without it. We take security really seriously. We have full-time sysadmins. We have regular audits, and no one who doesn't have your Google Authenticator key, which is an app that you put on your phone, or you can have special keys that you plug into your computer if you want. No one can log in without that. So here's how the system works. At 0000 Greenwich Mean Time, which is 35 minutes ago, every day the system checks how much cash you got in your account. You just deposit money into your account. You don't have to let us know. You don't have to press play or switch it on or anything like that. You put 10 grand in your account. The system says, let's go. It's going to build the mathematically perfect portfolio for that. If you want to just pull your money out, excuse me, one sec. If you want, so you put, let's say you put 10 grand in it, 0000 Greenwich Mean Time. The system just knows, starts trading, builds a mathematically perfect position. If you want to pull your money out, you don't have to ask us, you don't have to email support, you don't have to get any permission. Tomorrow at 0000 Greenwich Mean Time, the system just goes, oh, he's withdrawn some money. And let's trade now with the money we've got left. So you pull 5 grand out, now it trades with 5 grand. Or you add more and it trades with the new amount. You don't have to tell us you've added more or anything like that. And if you want to stop trading, you just pull the money out of your account. You can stop trading with the click of a button. If there's something you want to buy, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car, whatever. And this is completely unlike regular crypto, where you might be down bad in a bear market. You're always 10 clicks away. You're always just 10 mouse clicks away from logging in and getting your money back. You can get your profits anytime you want, or you can add more anytime you want. It's your money. We can't touch it. Now, one thing you need to know about these API keys is they only give permission to trade your account. It's impossible for an API key to authorize withdrawal. So no one can ever steal your money. Now, this is a very easy thing to manage and live with. And ideally, you just set and forget and you don't touch it. And if you don't touch it, you're going to make on average 100% a year. And you should never have a losing year, touch wood. And if you make 100% a year, that's going to make anyone rich in 5 or 10 years. Now, this is about creating generational wealth from crypto. Compounding does the work here. Our strategy has done so far, on average, 107% a year. You can see starting with $10,000, you're going to be 380 at year 5, as crazy as that sounds. And year 10, you're looking at being an 8-figure man or woman. Now, what you really want to do here is relax and enjoy the ride. And know that if you can manage to keep your hands off the steering wheel, this is going to make you rich in 5 to 10 years, no matter how small a grub stake you're starting with. If you can just not mess with it and not worry about day-to-day fluctuations, then you can be highly confident that at the end of the year, you're going to show a profit. Now, this is very interesting, and especially for the more advanced traders. It makes money in bear markets and bull markets, but it makes it in very different ways. So in bear markets, we have long sideways periods, 60 to 140 days, with very explosive, fast growth periods. Now, everyone who's traded kind of knows why, because markets take the stairs up and the elevator down, because in bear markets, things crash. And when things crash, you make a lot of money. Also, greed is a very different emotion from fear. So when markets are dominated by greed, everyone's happy just making a little bit every day. Now, in bull markets, you can see our bull market started here. We get steady, 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 comfortable. Everyone loves it kind of growth. And then we get much shorter sideways periods. These sideways periods in a bear market are long, but it makes up for it by making the money really fast. In bull markets, we get steadier growth, but not explosive growth. And then we get shorter sideways period. The average sideways period in a bull market is 19 to 31 days. We just finished our last sideways period. Anyone who already has FinRev is thinking about tipping more money in. Yesterday, I tipped a pile of money in. This is the time to go hard. Now, my goal for you is the same as my goal for myself in life. I want to have, and I want for you, the ability to do whatever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. And money is just a tool to buy time and freedom. Compounding does the work. Who's impressed so far? We have built what I believe is the ultimate platform for ongoing trading system development. There is no doubt that this is the finest trading infrastructure ever offered to retail traders. No doubt in the world. It is far better than what exists in most hedge funds. And I know that because all the guys who build it, I don't build anything. And it's all guys who've worked in hedge funds before. But first, I owe you a big thank you. A few days ago, you didn't know me. You've given me a time and attention over the last few days. And if I've done my job today, you've also given me your trust. For those of you who know me, words alone are not enough to thank you for supporting my quest, my ongoing obsession to be the best in the world at this. And truly, it is the honor of my life to grind like an animal every single day for this community and lead us all to generational wealth. And for those of you meeting me for the first time, the only way I'm ever going to earn your trust is to put money in your pocket right away. So therefore, for giving me your time and attention, I'm going to give you all 6 months access to the silver version of the system you've just seen, the light version. It's far simpler and easy enough, even for a beginner to use. And it gets around 75% of the performance of the automated system I've just shown you in a bull market, and it stops you getting wrecked in the bear. So let me show you how to use it. It's the exact same website, exact same login, exact same security. Everything's the same, except it tells you what are today's trades. What do you have to do today? Oh, today we have to open a long in Bitcoin. We have to open a long in Matic. We have to close a position in AVAX. Once a day, you log in and you check it. It tells you what are your current open positions. It's not holding 100 positions like the other system does. That's going to confuse you and you're going to make mistakes. It's holding a handful of positions. So our current open positions are Link, TRX, and our short positions are XRP and Atom. And it tells you what positions have closed. And you can go to any date and see what happened on that date too. Pretty simple. And you guys are getting all of that. You get 6 months to that for free just for turning up today. Sorry, I shared the wrong screen. There's no catch. I've got just one more thing to show you. And truly, especially for our existing FinRev members, I've saved the best for last. What if you could earn twice as much money as the system I've just shown you? Not the light version, the full version. What if you could earn twice as much as that? What would that do for your life? How much faster could that get you to your number? Well, let's have a look. You start with 10 grand. 100% a year, pretty damn good. Like, it's astonishing, actually. After the first year, FinRev Gold has 20,000. FinRev Platinum has 30,000. And our existing members, I know you'll all be freaking out about, oh, there's an upsell opportunity. Nah, dudes, you get this. Chill. You're getting it. After 2 years, your 10,000 is 40,000, but it's 90,000 if you earn 200% a year. After 3 years, 80,000 and 270,000, and then it gets nuts. It gets totally unbelievable. So let me show you how the really, really big algo trading firms like Rentec, like Jane Street, like SIG, how they make so much money. You saw our forecast, our trend following forecasts. Well, they had different forecasts and they blend multiple systems together. And the whole is more than the sum of the parts. And the idea is that when one system isn't working, another one will. Now, this is our newest section. It's called cross-sectional carry. I don't have time to explain how it works, and you'd hate me if I did, honestly. But because today is Nothing Held Back Day, I've got a document with the complete technical specs, how to implement it, and an Excel sheet if you actually wanted to do it yourself, if you're really that nerdy, with all the maths and everything on it. I'll post it at the end of the webinar. But carry is one of the strongest edges in finance. And there's actually far more institutional money trading carry than even in trend. Although you can see it's still good, but it's not quite as good. It's got a compound annual growth rate of 53% and a Sharpe ratio of 1.17. But, and this is a big but, trend goes sideways a lot, makes a lot of money quickly. Goes sideways, makes a lot of money quickly. Carry is the opposite. It's bizarro world. Makes money nearly every day. And then it shits the bed a little bit. And then it makes money nearly every day. And then it shits the bed a little bit. And it makes money nearly every day. The two together blend amazingly well. Like, this is the secret sauce of almost everyone who's doing this at a high level. Now, I want you to look at the magic, the absolute magic that happens when we combine trend with carry. I'm a trend trader at heart, so I want 65% trend, 35% carry. Now, carry is 53% a year at Sharpe 1.17. Trend is 100% a year at Sharpe 1.71. You might think, oh, I just want trend. Trend is better. You'd be dead wrong. We go from 100.9% per year to 243% per year. Now, there's some technical wrinkles and trade-offs with this, and we build everyone a custom system. And when we get to the end, I'm going to get a little bit nerdy for the existing FinRev members, and we're going to dig in to, you probably shouldn't run it at an expected 243% a year. I'd be happier seeing everyone run it at, somewhere between 160 and 200% a year. You get to choose, it's up to you, but I would personally be happier. Now, the other thing you can see is that the sideways periods are shorter. A compound annual growth rate goes to 243% a year, but our Sharpe ratio goes from 1.71 to 2.15. It goes from being world-class to being a unicorn. Now, our system is custom for every user. We can dial this up or down to suit your goals. Now, personally, I would recommend dialing this down a little. I think around 170% a year is about the right target for this system, personally. But it's all up to you. You get to choose, and we've got, advisors that help you make that decision and understand the trade-offs and understand the maths. We'll get to that. This is the difference between retiring at 40 and retiring at 50. While you're still young and while you still have the energy and the desire to explore the world, while you still have the time, the money, and the freedom to invest in your health, to let your relationship with your spouse or your partner flourish. Now, preempt any bitching. Anyone who bought in before the 1st of February grandfathering you in. 1st of February, you're all grandfathered in. You get the upgrade from gold to platinum. Everyone who bought after the 1st of February was already offered this. Some of them said yes, some of them said no. But if you want the upgrade, you can just pay the difference. You can just pay the 3K. You can reach out either to support or to me personally inside the 100X Coin Club, or just shoot me an email at scott@scottphillipstrading.com. And if you've got any really nerd questions about this, like maths questions, bring them on. Send me an email. So here's the deal. We've got 3 tiers of FinRev available for you today. FinRev Silver, we've just shown you. Everyone who's still here right now, all 496 of you, get 6 months of that for free. FinRev Gold, it's what most of our clients use. It's 6,500 for 3 years of fully automated trend following trading. What happens at the end of that 3 years? Well, we don't switch you off. You can keep using it. How much are we going to charge you? I'm going to charge you 20% of the profits we make together. For as long as you want it. You can have it for 20 years and whatever you make, I just want to cut. I don't think I can be fairer than that. Now, FinRev Platinum is 9,500 for 3 years of fully automated trading with all of our systems, including the future ones. And obviously, we did the best 2 first, but we've got 9 on the drawing board. You get all of those. You get unlimited upgrades. We've got a full team on this. Our team is remarkable, some of the best quant traders in the world. If you want to see the guy who designs our new features, you can catch him on Twitter. His name is @therobotjames, or you can see robotjames.com. He's a great friend to have. He's a wonderful man, and he knows more about building algo trading. He's forgotten more about building algo trading systems than I actually know. So let's go over it again. FinRev Silver, you get this free for 6 months. Everyone attended today. FinRev Gold, 6,500 for 3 years of fully automated trend following trading. FinRev Platinum is both systems you've seen today blended together in a custom system designed to achieve your lifetime financial goals, including future upgrades. So let's dig in a little bit. Obviously, you get 3 years of automated algo trading, reverts to 20% of the profits after that. You get VIP onboarding with one of our expert crypto trader coaches, not people from the third world who are in a customer service call center, people who trade, people who use the system themselves. Almost everyone in our company uses the system. You know, the CFO uses the system, all the marketing guys use the system, our whole C-suite uses the system, the sales guys use the system. Everyone uses the system. Well, I wouldn't use the system. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. You get that same comprehensive statistics and monitoring package that I've just demonstrated to you today. You can delay starting or pause at any time. Let's say that you've got some really tiny meme coin that you're convinced is going to hit 1,000 to 1 jackpot. You can pause FinRev, put your money in that. If it hits the number, you can pull it back out and shove it back in FinRev. If you need to buy a car or a house or want to go on a holiday, you can pause, pull the money out and use it and then start it up again. Do we have a guarantee? Of course we have a guarantee. The only reason we wouldn't have a guarantee is if shit didn't work. It works. If you aren't in profit after your first 12 months using this system, and everyone who's ever used their system has been in profit, we'll let you use it for free until you've doubled your money. If you want to get on this, these slots are going to fill up like straight away. So go to finrev.trade/call, and I'm going to post that in the chat. So go to finrev.trade/call. Troy, good question. I'm not sure how that's a guarantee of 1 free year. Your 3 years only starts once you've doubled. If you don't make money in 1 year, your 3 years only starts once you've doubled your money. Now, good question. Thank you for that. FINREV Platinum, 9,500 for 3 years. 3 years of automated algorithmic trading with FINREV. You get a VIP onboarding with one of our expert crypto trader coaches. You get the same comprehensive stats and monitoring that I've already done. You get a completely custom system designed for your goals. Most importantly, you get grandfathered into new systems, and we have 6 more on the drawing board for no extra charge. You can delay starting or pausing at any time. You get both trend following and cross-sectional carry combined for smoother and faster returns, and a same double your money guarantee. Questions? JC8952, how do I get the 100 coin club in the silver version? You'll have that in the email, in your email by the end of the day. Bockerman337, will I need to connect with someone to onboard the upgrade to platinum? You can shoot either support at 100x Coin Club or shoot me an email, Scott at Scott Phillips Trading. We'll do it. Jay Tarrant has a great question. How much do I need to invest for the silver plan? No, you don't want to do it in Coinbase or Robinhood. I wouldn't. You can do it with as little as $1,000. Actually, you can do it with far less than that, but I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't really make sense unless you've got probably $5,000 to put in. But let me show you something cool. We've got one of our employees who's, let me log out. Actually, I'll show you. I'll show you in a little while. We've got one of our employees who trades this at an irresponsibly high volatility target leverage, and he's turned $245 into $8,000. And I'll show you his account when we're all done with this. But I wouldn't recommend that. That's retarded. What do OG members need to do? Nothing. We're just going to reach out to you. Can you elaborate on cross-sectional carry? That is a great question, and absolutely I can. Okay, in the chat, I'm going to post. I'm going to post a document about cross-sectional carry. How does the profit split work if FINREV can't automatically withdraw users' capital? Of course we can't. Of course we don't withdraw your money. That would be that would be a good way for me to end up in jail. We send you an invoice every 3 months at a high watermark. If FINREV is at the highest price ever, if you're at new equity highs, every 3 months we send you an invoice. Mike, does the 100% trend return reflect the fact that only about 50% of your funds are in the market at any given time? Yes, it does. We don't need to use leverage. In fact, most of the time you're only using about 20% of the funds in your account. And one of the upgrades we want to do for the platinum members, it's one of the next things on our list, is we'd like you to be able to split your risk up between exchanges and only leave part of your money on exchange so you're not exposed to exchange counterparty risk. Jason, so there's a profit split still after 3 years. After three years. But, you know, do you have to set the time frame for long or short? No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything at all. FINREV Silver is the same as FINREV Light. Jason, what's the split? We get 20% of the profits you make. Just the money in your account. See, Plof. We're not integrated with Coinbase because Coinbase, you can only go long. You currently cannot go short with Coinbase. So if we were to integrate with Coinbase, you would be limited to making money in bull markets, and when the market goes down, you couldn't. Coinbase have applied for a license to be able to do that, and when they do that, okay, which centralized exchange to use? Depends where you are. Personally, there's very little difference between them all. Binance has the most liquidity. That's the obvious choice. Let me show you some stats. One sec. Sorry, it's just going to take me a little bit to. Now I'll do it. Okay. Sorry, that's just not at the tip of my fingers. Let me show you some exchange stats right now. I'll email some more detailed versions of these out, but these are our exchanges. About half of the customers are with Bybit. Binance is the smallest. It's blue. Sorry, Binance is small. KuCoin is even smaller. No, sorry, KuCoin is purple. BitGet is red. This is Binance and this is DYDX. If you are in the US, I recommend DYDX. It has a number of very, very interesting advantages. Your choices in the US are BitGet or DYDX. Both perform just as well. BitGet is a perfectly fine exchange, but DYDX, they don't use a username and password, so they don't actually know who you are. It connects via a wallet, and it's very difficult for any person who's suing you to find it, or the tax office, or if you get divorced. And like, I'm definitely not telling you to do anything shady, but what percentage of your assets cannot be seized by any government in the world? DYDX cannot be seized by any government in the world. So there you go. That's what I would do if I was in the US. I would not use MEXC for algo trading. They were very good until about a year ago. Their internal market makers started doing weird stuff. Australia, Bybit is the obvious choice. KuCoin is very good. Adam, MEXC don't. They have lower fees. They have lower fees because their internal market maker is busy ripping off their customers, and they don't allow external algo traders like us, because they want to keep all of the algo trading money for themselves. You can use existing crypto. Judy, you can fund with either cash or stable coins or existing crypto coins. Can you connect Coinbase wallet to DYDX? I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure. tcions, cool name, by the way. Yes, you can use FinRev Platinum exclusively with DYDX, and that is what I recommend, actually. Mexico, I'd probably use Binance. Yeah, I agree, Steve. When will current FinRev users be onboarded with carry functionality? Well, I want to run it with our own money for a couple of weeks first. I don't want to have any big mistakes. So probably within the month, I'd say. But do any of the programs allow NY residents? DYDX does. Okay, someone asked, do you offer anything that it's a no upfront fee and just a split? Seems like a win-win. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got 250 grand, I'll absolutely do it on a profit sharing basis. Email me personally, Scott at Scott Phillips Trading. Absolutely willing to make it a win-win like that. Culpeper, DYDX GeoBlocks Western US, but our servers are based in Japan. Actually, our servers are based in a lot of places, but mostly we're using cloud services. Nick Jones, my old mate. What is the risk of funds having all the funds in a hot wallet? Personally, I would split your risk between exchanges, which you can do with the Platinum. That's what I would personally do. In the event that an exchange goes broke, whenever that's happened before, the system's made money, which is cold comfort if you're in the exchange that goes broke. So personally, I would use the Platinum version where you can split your risk. What is the experience level needed to join the program? None, zero, zip. Glenn King, what exchange should I use if in Texas? You should use either BitGet, which is simplest, and DYDX, which is hardest for the government to track. No, not 20% per trade, just 20% of the profits. No, that's retarded. I wouldn't do that to you. Oh yeah, there's payment plans. Absolutely. You don't have to pay it all up front. We've got payment plans. If you've got to start at a certain date, if you've got to move money around, there's absolutely we can do payment plans for anyone who wants it. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate that. Do I use a hard wallet? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. New Zealand, you've got everything in the world open to you. What are OG customers? The customers who trusted me with this when it was all just a twinkle in my eye and the bear market was on, and the guys who bought it at launch. France, Binance is the obvious choice in France. Most of our French customers use Binance. Happy to put you in touch with some other Frenchmen who use it. Now, perhaps after the 3 years, depending on when you joined, the OG customers are I can't even remember the deal, but I don't think they have to pay 20% of the profits. Payment plans definitely there. I'm not allowed to give you tax advice, and you wouldn't want to get tax advice. Stat, you wouldn't want to get tax advice off a fat guy on the internet. I'm the last guy. You'd want. What's best to use in Ireland? They're all roughly about the same. All right, guys. How many people use FinRev today? That's a good question. I think it's about 500, maybe a few more. Let me dig in to some results a little more. So, for marketing purposes, it's all well and good to talk about how much money you made. But really, what you want to talk about is how much money you're going to lose when things go bad. And we're on an average drawdown of 8.3%. Tony Barrett, how many people use today? Last time I checked, it was 452. What use in Cayman Island? I would either use, honestly, no preference between Binance and Bybit and DYDX. Miles, will FinRev handle coin pairs? No, there's no reason to do that. Jan, Can you, Jen Hofstede, can you reach out to support at FinRev? We've got people around here all day. So these are the drawdowns that people have experienced after costs and fees. So this is the real, no bullshit, not simulated, not whatever. You can see that our average drawdowns are just a little bit below 10%. And our maximum and our drawdowns really max out around 20%. Jen, shoot me an email personally, Scott at Scott Phillips Trading. Now, I want to dig in a little bit about cross-sectional carry because I've gilded the lily a little bit here. Now, the cross-sectional carry in this simulation is run at slightly too higher leverage, slightly too high a volatility target that I'm comfortable with. Now, you can see that it's very, very, very smooth and easy to live with, right? The drawdowns here are a little high. I can deal with 35% drawdowns. I'm not 100% sure that everyone else could. Even though the Sharpe ratio is very good, and we've got a high probability of this being true, and we've got an incredible 243% compounded rate, I would like to see this dialed back so that it's, and I'll show you what I'd like to see it look like for you. Instead of this, I would like to see it. Actually, no, I would like to see it like that, but I would like to actually, let me kill that. That's not a realistic thing. Sorry, I'm a bit. I would like to see that look more like this. I would like to see you make less money, but have less losing periods. I would like to see it smoother. Personally, I recommend that kind of thing. We'll just erase some of that. Okay, guys. James, you'll have FinRev Lite in logins in your email by the end of today. Guys, I think we've wasted enough of everyone's time. I just want to thank everyone for your time and attention. I know this is really complicated stuff. No, your delay is not a problem, sir. Yeah, it's a really impressive system, guys. It's honestly, from my heart, I tell my parents to use it. I tell my sisters to use it. Everyone in the company uses it. You should use it. This is going to make you rich. If you can manage to keep your hands off the steering wheel, you're going to get rich from this. Go to finrev.trade/core. It's set and forget. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.